Please subscribe.
Of all the cars launched in 2017, the Jaguar XJR575 stands out like giant, purple throbbing sore thumb. It bellows a petrol-gurgling song in a room that's concerned about CO2 emissions and electrification. Add in the fact it costs nearly £94,000, and the only reasonable verdict you can come to is that it's a left-field curio, a total irrelevance. Well, it is, and it isn't. Compared to all the other polished new cars Jaguar has launched in the last 12 months, the XJR575 seems to be the crazy uncle that it's best to steer clear of. The F-Pace is bagging new buyers, and the baby E-Pace is all ready to be the brand's breadwinner. Furthermore, the I-Pace all-electric SUV is showcasing where the future lies. These Jags have perfect personas. The XJR575, however, is more Sweeney in character. It harks back to a time when the word supercharged meant a compressor forcing air into an engine to boost power, rather than a type of electric charging network. And in a world where almost every car comes with a social conscience, the XJR575 is about as old-fashioned as can be. But it is new. The XJR has quietly slipped away and been replaced by the XJR575. While most car firms make great claims of improved efficiency with their new models, Jag has added a dollop more power. To hell with the CO2 and fuel economy figures. The 5.0-liter supercharged V8 has been stroked to give 567 bhp, 575 PS, hence the name, and 700 Nm of torque, 25 bhp and 20 Nm more than before. That's knocked 0.4 seconds off the 0 to 62 mph time, now 4.2s, and there's an extra 12 mph added onto the top speed. The big cat will still return a miserable 25.5 miles per gallon, and cough out a considerable 264 grams/km of CO2. Just so you know, the 575 is all about patent power. It gets some styling updates, too, comprising of LED headlights, lashings of gloss black trim and a few XJR575 badges. Most visually arresting are two new colors, rather dubious-looking matte satin chorus gray and the retina-searing velocity blue you see here. There's some red stitching sought in the new diamond-quilted leather seats, and that garish 575 font makes its appearance on the dashboard too, on the rail that runs beneath the windscreen. Elsewhere, Jaguar has finally relented to the criticism levied at the XJR, by updating the car to feature the firm's latest Jaguar in-control touch infotainment system with a wide 10-inch screen and onboard Wi-Fi. A handful of new safety systems have been thrown in as well, including forward traffic detection, lane keep assist, and pedestrian detection. Happily, this new level of autonomy is just a mild dally, as in many ways the big Jag feels just like it did before, and a far cry from any other large and fast limo. From the starter button and the V8 growls into life without the rampant revving and exhaust popping you'll find in an F-Type SVR, the 575 is a little more sophisticated than that. Rod the throttle and that extra 25 bhp and 20 Nm of torque kicks in much earlier than you'd think, making the 575 as noticeably quicker off the mark than the old 542 bhp XJR. It's all accompanied by an exhaust note that's just about loud enough, and one of Jaguar's trademark 8-speed auto gearboxes. Changes aren't lightning fast, but they're good enough. From here on in it's business as usual. Just like good old Jags, the 575 doesn't need to be manhandled into a corner. The crisp steering allows you to flick a near 2-ton car into a bend with confidence. And it sticks, too, as there's decent grip from the rear tires, and even when you do switch off all the restraining nets, there's a poise to XJR that's quite staggering. It will wag its tail when provoked, but it's always controllable. While that's all good, the ride remains the same. It's floaty for the most part, but the 20-inch wheels really do crash into potholes, more so than a Mercedes-AMG S63 ever would. The S63 is an interesting car for consideration, though, as on paper it's one of the Jag's biggest rivals. In the real world, however, it's worlds away. The S63 is a limo that's been hardened and made to be fast, whereas the XJR575 feels more like a fast car that's been crafted into a limousine. If space is your thing though, the long wheelbase Merc trumps the shortened Jag with acres more room in the rear. The S-Class's dual-screen infotainment system is a marvel, as well, while the 575 doesn't even boast Apple CarPlay or Android Auto.